It may be that your lawns are not like the formal lawns we've seen in the first part of this video. It might be more the fact they're like this one down here. And this is typical of probably most lawns that people have got at home, that we've got a mixture of sort of perennial weeds that have seeded in. We've got prunella, lovely little prunella here, which has made its way in. It'll particularly like somewhere that's a little bit shadier and where the grass is a little bit weaker. It's a lovely thing to have, but if you want to strive for something which has got a greener lawn, a better sward and a bit more robust, then there are a few things we need to do. Now, one thing that's causing the issues here is the hedge on this side. It's on the south side and it's casting quite a bit of shade, and that's what's allowing things like the prunella, the self-heal, to come in. Also, you'll see we've got moss in here as well. We've got some moss in because the sward is a little bit patchy. You can see the moss there, and that's most probably because of A, the shade, and B, the compaction, the many hundreds and thousands of feet that we get trampling around here. We've also got some little achillea in here as well, and we've got some good old Bellis perennis, some daisy lurking about as well. So in order to get this into a nice lawn, if you wanted that, then there are some things we can sort out. One thing is by aerating, and we talked about that in the first part, about using something like a fork to open up this soil structure. So spike the fork in down the full length of the tines and allow some air pockets into this ground. And then, like we said before, add in some sharp sand or add in some topsoil, and that will really help to give this soil a bit of a better structure. Obviously, if the shade is being cast by a hedge that we obviously don't want to take this out, but say, for example, it was overhanging trees, then by crown raising that tree or that shrub and allowing more light in, that would really help also to eliminate some of the moss problems. Now, you could put a moss killer on if you wanted, but really it's quite tricky to kill off moss completely. You're just always knocking it back. And by aerating and also by allowing more light in, you will change the conditions and the moss will not like to grow there. So it will actually just die out naturally, but actually killing it off is difficult, because if it finds a place it likes and it finds conditions it likes, it will flourish and it will keep doing well. Also, your autumn and your spring feeds will be really important, and they will have a weed feed and a moss killer in them. It just comes as a set, but it will contain a hormone weed killer, something like 2,4-D or Mecaprop, and what that will do is that will target all the broadleaf, so things like the prunella, and if you've got Bellis in here as well, and you've got any other wild flowers that might have seeded in. Now, some of you may want to keep that, some of you might love this, and that is great, but as I've said before, some people do like that nice green lawn, and that regular treatment with your autumn and your spring feeds will knock back these weeds. What you will find is they will grow really quickly and they will outgrow themselves, and at the same time the feed in there will be nourishing the grass and improving that sward. And what will happen is, as the weeds die off, the sward, the grass, the green bit, will grow back in, it will knit together, and it creates a barrier then where weeds then can't get in and seed in. But I think, to be honest, if you had something like this, it'd be quite easy over the course of a season to get it into something which has got a nice green finish, a bit more robust, and something a bit more Wimbledon-like. Hey!